Okay, so highlights here from Thursday's live trading chat session, greatstockpicks.com. The SPY here, you can see this is most of yesterday. Yesterday was pretty strong and then just lost it. Little bounce, lost it, and closed pretty weak. Apple was ugly. And then today it opens basically flat, which is unusual. A little pop, and then looks like we're rolling over, right? Then, who knows what kicked in, but then they started buying and took out and completely took out yesterday's highs and closed strong. Here's the daily now. So a pretty darn impressive and resilient market. What makes me happy is that the SPY had a nice range on the day. I'm hoping that's the beginning of a trend, because you know I've been whining about these narrow days. So if you watch any of our videos, you know I'm all about risk reward. So a day like today, even though the SPY was really strong, I didn't find that many plays for our members because I'm a picky, you know what, and it's all got to be about risk reward. But I'll share what I did find and show you why. Okay, U.S. Steel was one. I'll show you why we had it on watch, the letter X. Okay, let's take today's candle out of it, and this is why I had this on watch. All right, U.S. Steel already down, what, 5 or 6 days in a row, and you had nice support in this area. So anytime you get 5 or 6 days down in a row to an area of support, belongs on bounce watch, and you can see we got a nice bounce today. I didn't catch the obvious trade in it, which was after the initial pop, it went back down, kind of tested the lows of the day, and a very nice kind of, you know, I like these stair-step patterns, 5-minute candles. This would have been an optimal entry right here with a stop right here. Early on, I'm usually pretty busy in chat, so I'm just kind of building a list for the day. But then it came up and kind of tested the high of the day and put in this, let me take that out, there, put in this little flag pattern. And I knew after that many down days and at an area of support that if X could get through the high of the day sometime today, could probably get a nice rally. I like the fact that it came up here and put in a lower high and then this little flag pattern, okay? So I projected this live to our members and said if this gets up to about 27.90, it could fulfill our trigger of a high of day break. So my idea was 27.90, stop about 12 cents below this little flag. So there's the trigger. It meanders for about 5 minutes, then tests the high of the day, and then finally it was gone. And of course the overall market helped it. But so our trigger and stop for X, 27.90, 12 cents risk, and it made it almost $1 higher to 28.85. A lot of our members made a lot of money on that one. Got a lot of thank yous for that. And Juniper, kind of a different kind of entry here. 5-minute candles here. You can see without even going to the daily chart how strong Juniper was yesterday, and then the afternoon just started grinding down, which just continued into today. Okay, I mean you can just kind of see that pattern just continuing. I was looking for a bounce in Juniper. Let me zoom in here. And this is one thing I look for. It was grinding lower here, and gave a little bit of a bounce here. But then when I saw this shape change, I didn't do a good job drawing that. When I saw this shape change, okay, whenever something, I'm looking for a turn in a stock. It can be something that's getting killed. Juniper wasn't in that category. The reason I was watching Juniper was because it was so strong yesterday and just grinding lower today on small volume. I considered this a possible shakeout and then a turn, okay? What I like to do at times when I see that shape change on 5s is switch to 2-minute candles. Again, I was projecting this one live and giving my idea over the microphone as well. Everyone could see the chart on the screen there. Very nice stair-step look on 2-minute candles. I liked it at 23.60 if it broke this candle's high. Worst case stop below this candle's low, 23.51. So 9 cents risk. This doesn't look like much of a bounce, but pretty quickly to 23.90 and ended up held the stop, held the break even actually all day. And it did at one point, let's switch to 5s just to pan out. At one point made it to 24.13. Juniper ended up being a pretty nice trade when you, I mean, it didn't exactly tear it up and it never did take out the high of the day. But when you look at risk reward, 23.60, 9 cents risk, it didn't get stopped out to 24.13. Pretty nice one there. And really for the rest of the day, I only had a couple other ideas. TLM we had on watch because it was so strong yesterday, and you see it continued today. One of our ideas and one of our members came up with it was when it looked like this on a high of day break, and I said I like it because basically you're looking at 13.11, and because it's in such a narrow range, you could put your stop just below 13, and thinking that would probably get it through yesterday's high. Excuse me. And then there's the trigger, meandered for a little bit, and then took off. So from 13.11, about a dime risk, it went over 13.40, almost to 13.50. Again, TLM doesn't trade in a very wide range on any given day, but still a great low risk entry there. FDO was something I mentioned as one of our PFPDs, potential final push down here. When it looked like this, I said it had support in the area. Anyway, I did get a private message or two thanking me for this one. I didn't call this or take this one. Well, I suggested it on this break of a previous 5s, and or just a wash and rinse entry that we teach below 55 too. So either one. Again, that's nothing to really brag about. But also, real quick, we're in a some of us. This wasn't official. Some of us are in a URRE swing from down here below $1. This chart looks really good. Looking for a continuation. I haven't sold any. I think I have a 98-cent average. You know, it's a very low-priced uranium miner, but man, this chart could be multi-day and a very nice percentage gain. So again, I'm not calling it up here, but just continuing to watch this one, and actually looked for an ad today but didn't get it. I was bidding for an ad. But URRE, certainly one to watch in the upcoming days and weeks. This could be a very nice percentage gainer from here. Not much else to talk about. Again, the SPY market overall, incredible strength today.